Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. I'm your host Kayla Hiwatari, and today we're going to get back into the final and fifth case, Turnabout Ablaze, and start with the first middle part. So let's get into it, shall we? March 14th, 7:44 p.m., Featrum Neutralis Lobby. Agent Lang. Count off! 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Sifu. 99 callouts, so all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. Hey, you. Yeah, you, the second number one from my right. Sir? Yes, sir. Here. A birthday present for you. What? Sifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have, Sifu. You are more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. Lang Zi says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Tell him I said hi. And happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir. Sifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Sifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. Oh, Lang, you're awesome. I should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed. Sir! We're on it, sir. Yo, were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Sheena, and she's already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again. I've absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian embassy. And what if I say no? Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Alabast has the strictest immigration regulations in the world, or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, about only half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen and we might spoil the soup, if you get what I mean. How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way. But I thought I was in charge of Alabast, Miss Von Karma. Look, try to understand, okay? Things over in Alabast are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you? We had an incident in Alabast as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already. Hold it. Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Who's this old guy? I know who he is, but we'll see in a second. Not really, just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Elba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. This is the ambassador, huh? Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. It is all because I lacked the strength to govern well. Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador. You weakling! Quirkus! Curse! Your frailty and inability to effect change in your country. What are you? The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, should leave everything up to Agent Lang. There, you see. Oh, no way! Hold it. Oh, that was, the ball and everything. Ambassador Elba, I ask you to please reconsider letting them into Alabast. What's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in the Bali's embassy. And he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but I hope they can cover your travel expenses to a ball someday. Alright, I get it. Even if you beg Ambassador Elba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. Alright, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in! Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Ball murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of the Ball. Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Yes, sir. I'm on it, sir. You can count on Dick Gumshoe. Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. Aw, but I wanted to help investigate. I did too, Kay. Not fair. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? So I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she was? Oh, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet. Franziska von Kamma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady. You may address me as Miss von Kamma. Miss von Karma, I leave the investigation of Alabast in your hands. Thanks, rest assured, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Yatagarasu. The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. And I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Poleno for all that he has done for me. Giving a bit of direction of what to do next. I guess I'll talk to these people. Franziska, you've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggling item I was following. You mean the Babali's ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Babali's ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Franziska, as your subordinate, I'm a part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I were as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in, Miles Edgeworth. Recently we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhangfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced. The counterfeits are being made with Babel's special Babali's ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babali's ink from real ones. Thus it was only natural for Interpol to Keep an eye on the Republic of Babal. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Cochin was smuggling large amounts of Babalese ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Babalese embassy, we're looking into the Alabastrian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Counterfeit bill data jotted down. Thank you, Francisca. Okay, should have some time to talk to this guy before I need to save. And the recording, because I have a time limit to how long this lets me record. Anyway. Ambassador Poleno, I am in your debt. No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You've really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but know that I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. More coupons. No, that's quite alright. Oh, well, how about this then? Ooh, the ink. Yes, we'll take that. And what exactly is it? It's fountain pen ink, known as Babalese ink. It's made exclusively in Babal. So this is Babalese ink. We make it from white crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Babalese ink data jotted down. Great, wonderful! I guarantee to you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. There we go. Well, shall we get going? Hold it. Oh, that was Kay, was it? Hold it! What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're going to go gather whatever info we can over on the Babali side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right! And I'm counting on you and Miss Von Karma to sniff out clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away, no matter where you are. I'll let you know when the time comes. March 14th, 8:17 p.m. Alabastrian Embassy, Ambassador's Office. The Steel Samurai! Ugh. What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? I love this part. You're... Edgy! Oh, thank the heavens you're here! I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship. The raven, it appeared. Poof! And then disappeared. Swoosh! I know I am the Steel Samurai, my sword it. Ah! I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore. Who is this fruitcake? Larry of the House of Butts, married man of Neo Old Tokyo, my lady. Now I remember, this person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind and you act like it's no big deal. What sort of bind are we talking about here? The suspect kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder. I see. That is quite the bind. Not that one the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for a long time I've known him. He has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by one. That was uncalled for. Besides, Wait, hold on. Larry, it was you. You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph. Oh. You didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through my headpiece. He's so, horrified that Larry's the Steel Samurai. It's awesome. I love this. What's going on? And why you beat red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Hold it. Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Aha. So this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor. This man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into the embassy, masked to Mask 2. Mask to Mask 2? They're bringing that back, huh? Oh, Larry got himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing. Sifu, we've identified the victim. Good work. I'll take that report now. Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang... Hold it. It's Detective Bad. I remember you. I like him, he's cool. Agent Lang. Will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course. You let the detective see the file. You're Detective Bad. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, Detective. You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu, non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop, in case a card was ever found. What incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well. And his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of the case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I'm in your debt, Detective Bad. So we need to talk to him. About the murder of Damas 2, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damas 2, he broke into the embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in the room. Suspect. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastion Embassy, Ambassador Elbow was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty. A no-show. Who was it that failed to take their seats? Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down a chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. Ugh. Larry Butts, you've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. Begin investigation. Alabastion Embassy Ambassador's Office. Start by talking about it a little more? Nope, he doesn't have anything more to say yet. Okay. How about Lang? You did some investigating over in the Bali's embassy too, right? I did. Is there a problem? Lang Z says, wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once? I believe the idiom you require is he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. Heh, a real wolf can catch both. I see. So what are you trying to say? Seeing as how I'm currently handling 2 cases. Tch, suit yourself. But don't say I didn't warn you. Alright, let's look around. It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. Can I check the body? Yes, I can. So this is the victim to Mask 2. What is with his gaudy outfit? You don't know about Mask to Mask. That's bad. A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while because their MO and targets were different. Damas likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. country was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damask. That's alright. All I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? Rest until I've figured out everything. Examine everything. Hey, button. Oh, there we go. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know? You can buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold. Since when? Since around New Year's, the streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in foolish clothing to act so foolishly. We got your point about free foolish shiz back, Francisca. It's funny. Alright, what is there to look at with him? I'm not sure what I need to be looking at on him. We're just gonna move the cursor around and see where it lands. There we go. Okay. So this is a murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. You shall know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier, and you secretly love it. The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. Samurai sword, jot it down. See if that's it. Nope, there is more. Okay. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There is something written on the back of it as well. I'd like you to steal the Primidex statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Primidex statue? Nope, jot it down. Gaudy outfit. So this is gonna take a while. I think that's his hand. What's this? Is this the wound? I thought the Damask had quit the business. This guy is just a copycat using the name. A phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashino. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask too. cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. Okay. That's something. Oh, that was the last bit. Okay, cool. Now we're finished with that, finally. Let's talk to Larry. Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I've got a few things I've got to ask you too, Edgy. What is it? It's like both you and him. How is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? Him as in Phoenix. And Francie, what about that promise you made to me? Promise? What promise? The one where you said you would model for my next book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yo! That's such a ridiculous notion. I'll never model for you. I made no such promise. Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the butts. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. He has even worse luck than Maggie Bird. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Laurie Stoneam now? That's Stoneam! Laurie Stoneam! Get that straight. In your head, Edgy. Whoa! Now I remember. You're such a rude, pale imitation of a real artist. No, you've got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Laurie's business. Besides, when Bonjolino left me and my heart in pieces, that's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. Well, as far as the Laurie Stoneam thing goes and Francie's Whippity Whip Trip, we know from Spirit of Justice that actually happens, and he actually makes money off that. Quite funny. And I figured I could through the Steel Samurai outfit. Your name blabbering makes less and less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as a Steel Samurai, so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. You got it! I knew you'd know what I meant, Edgy! Not really. It's not as much as I understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Time of the murder. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight. Confess? Hey! Don't tell me you suspect me too, Edgy! Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event. Edgy, how can you be so mean? Stab me with your words like that. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know. Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from whipping me from behind. So, I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy? Can't even begin to imagine. However, imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me what exactly you did, Larry. Nope, not yet, Edgy. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips. How about a whipping then? A labor! Confess now! Okay, well, I was up on the roof. And why exactly were you up there? Oh, you know, that wintry custom and the legendary hero? Legendary hero. Santa Claus! Santa Claus. I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up to one of the chimneys. When I got there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. Oh, we got some logic. And, well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up. Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right? Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know. Then you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Oh, God! It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as prime suspect in this murder. Come on, man! What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa? Let's start with the fact that it will be the idea of March is a matter of hours. What? It's middle of March? I'm not sure what that means. What that is. Santa only visits homes on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit. Oh! Hey, wait a sec. We're not in court. He's scaring his buddy. Would-be buddy. Larry, about the samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon. Oh, that? Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know? Yes, apparently you did. And well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I left afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I was most shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Yeah, shocked! Ah. Foolish fool, looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a foolish tale? Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Edgy, you believe me! Yeah! I just knew that our friendship is something special. Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that is no way... that will in no way clear his name. Which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Do you want to ask him about something? Maybe more about the sword? Hey, that's an official steel samurai weapon! Sorry about that. Oh, what? You want me to do it? Oh, you have no idea how many fans asked that of me. What are you prattling on about now? Steel Samurai Sushi Slice! How's that? I bet it sent shivers up your spine. Ugh. I let myself get caught up in being a spectator. How could I have failed myself? That's a funny one. I think this autograph one's funny too. Oh, hey, it's the Steel Samurai! I want you to answer this for me, Larry, and depending on the answer, I may let you live. The Steel Samurai that was up there on that stage, was that really you? Yep, sure was. Larry! You! Steel Samurai Sushi Slice! I was moved by his performance of this man. This completely useless, worthless bum. I feel I may never recover from this. I love that. It's so funny. poor Edgy. So hilarious. Let's start with the knives. There are some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts to the Babali's knives, which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Cochin. Time to examine them. Start there. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterparts to the Babali's knives. The blades of these knives should match the blades of the knife that killed Mr. Cochin. What? One of the knives is missing its blade. Let's see. If the two pieces, the blade and handle, fit each other, looks like a match. It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. Then this means that an alabaster knife did find its way into Babal. But how? Want to check out the crossbow. Why is this a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on display here. 'Cause you don't deserve whips, Franny. The steel samurai's primary weapon, the samurai spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for the thing. It's sleek and shiny just like my heart. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam. You do want to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight to your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced this spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? You know you want one, Edgy. Maybe I can shut him up if I show him the piece of evidence. I will point something out about the spear. Okay, so I need to deduce it. I don't really have anything about the Steel Samurai. Oh. Maybe it's the stupid autograph? I don't know. What is the stupid autograph? Larry, about this spear. Oh, are you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about the spear. Tell me, Larry. Is it just me, or is the spear a bit bent? What? No way, it's exactly as it should be. Yo! I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at this, which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. Ah! What do you have to say to that? I'm so sorry! When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning it around and around. And bam! It hit the wall! Unbelievable! This is an embassy! like that ever since I was a kid. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless hot-blooded. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was some field trip and I began to shadow fight with myself. Not that. I meant what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that? It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. That's not what I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend. Man, Edgy, you're so naive. What? Where did that come from? You keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it, because it's hollow on the inside. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute. I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth. Ugh. That's not friendship, it's utter humiliation. Spirit had to draw it down. Alright, let's keep looking. What is that plant supposed to be? Francisca, can't you see that it's supposed to be a likeness to of Ambassador Alba? Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your next salary assessment next month. You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that. Cute. Let's go look at this. The knife display is set up almost identically to the one of the Babali's embassy. I believe Ambassador Pileno said that both Alabast and Babal have a set of 3 knives each. It would appear that way. Also, the knives here all have flowers on their handles. The 2 countries embellished their knives with their own national symbols, I guess. And just like Yatagarasu's keys, they are exquisitely made. This level of craftsmanship making these knives worthy of being owned by me. I believe you already have all the dangerous toys you will ever need, Francisca. Funny. Now, did I get everything? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Moving on. The counterpart of the Babali's butterfly is the alabastron flower. The butterfly and flowers are both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Babal? Francisca, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Very well then. Let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Von Karma? Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation. Francisco, why can't you just admit I had something there? Let's look at the statue. There was the exact same statue sitting in that Babali's office we examined. It's the Prima Deck statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cadopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the 2 is a replica. But both Alabast and Babal claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Statue, draw it down. I gotta look at it. Okay. It's a prima deck statue. There is one of these in the Babali side as well. I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Cadopia. There is only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabaster and Babal claim to have the real thing, and won't budge from their claim. What childish fight to have. Okay. I figured out what to do here. We actually need to exit that, because it's very misleading. I need to deduce it with something that is actually on this table. I wanted the sound a bit, the volume a bit, so hopefully I'm not drowning things out as much. I think it was a little unbalanced, but we'll see how this works. The person shaking hands with Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Elba. It was taken just before the murder. The Steel Samurai must be very popular. They're even using the National Treasure as backdrop. I just don't understand what exactly is so great about Top Knot there. Clearly there is a depth to the show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience for this show of costumed actors? Yeah, but Edgeworth is a fanboy, Franny. Okay, now we can go back to the statue. And there we go. Now we can deduce it. Yes, it is connected to this picture. Look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about the theme, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that Top Knot's hand. That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right! The statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in the photo, and now it's facing a different direction in the preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched this statue around the time of the crime. Statue updated. Okay, and then... what was the other thing I needed to check? Oh, right, it's this way. Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally as lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should really think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of the Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day. Passion flowers, jotted down. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's... Yo, Pink Princess! How are you feeling? Still feeling ill? Oh no, not her. Anyone but her. Oh, soon figure out who's under that mask. And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastian Embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Don't do it. You don't want to speak to her, Edgy. You just don't. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Here we go. Pink Princess, if you would so please as to... Ah! No! Not her! Anyone but her!
This must be what they call fate!
How could this happen 2 days in a row? What? Aren't you Miss Old Bag? Why are you so surprised?
So you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now.
You are acquainted with Larry?
Why, yes. We worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy boo. You don't need to be jealous. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misjudged you, edgy poo.
You misjudged him?
I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know.
That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do.
But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, edgy poo. I'd chase you for forever to the ends of the earth.
Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those days and rare times when Francesca and I actually see eye to eye. We're gonna have to talk to her. Pink Princess. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as a Pink Badger.
What are you talking about? That was ages ago.
That was yesterday.
Look, I worked at Global Studios before a long time ago, right? Well, they called me this morning, kind of up out of the blue, actually.
They called you?
Apparently the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement.
Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio?
I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her. She's gonna be, I just love playing the part of the heroine, and it was my sweet edgy poo. Because I tell you, they're really just a bunch of simpletons.
You're both a lively old lady, aren't you? So basically you received the stand-in request this morning, correct?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look.
It appears that she is telling the truth. Stand-in request jotted down.
I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall.
But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving knight. Absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think he could get my name right. There's no accent in my name.
Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before?
But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
Oh, come on, Edgy Poo, stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
Letter jotted down in my organizer. Time of the murder. What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What? What do you mean, what crime?
After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm.
Ah, piece of logic.
Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me. Caress me.
If you could please not cling on to my personage like that.
In any case, I take it that you failed to show up to the Ambassador Elba's speech. Oh, that? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refused to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
Oh, you just go on ahead and talk to the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to the embassy.
I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to move from that room is rather pleasant. Prosecutor Von Karma, I've brought the police dog as you requested, sir.
Good work. You may leave now, officer.
Hey, it's Missile. Yay, Missile. This dog.
I requested the assistance of a dog and search for the Yatagarasu.
Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taking care of. I think its name is Missile.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks.
That action alone isn't what's going to solve this case for us, you know.
Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go!
Find it, Missile. Bring us back the clues. Oh, you found something in the fireplace. Good boy.
Good dog. You really are bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Or a certain owner of yours, for that matter. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog?
No, bad Missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's all right for him to eat that.
It's just a meat substance. A snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance.
We should really be focusing on why there was a hot dog there in the first place.
It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found.
Oh, and what do we have here?
It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Elba might have an interest in cross-dressing.
I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog in a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. Jot it down. Well, we gotta talk to her again. I hate talking to her. Her voice is so hard to do. Okay, so we've been having some issues with recording this part of the game, but now I should be good to go, and hopefully this will actually save properly this time. Let's present her dumb shirt to her. hate this shirt. This thing's so annoying. Will you please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt?
Oh, Edgy Poo, what is the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like.
No thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene.
What?
Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here?
I know nothing I tell you.
What?
Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy Poo.
Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room?
Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like that with those tabloid articles making up stories about me and my Edgy Poo. I want to propose that they deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days.
Well, I don't believe she is lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt in the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. Very mysterious indeed. I assume the samurai dog was also yours.
Ah, that brilliant mind of yours! You really can see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues, but I suppose I should ask for more details. There we go, samurai dogs. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Oh, of course I'm forever yours, my Edgy Wedgy Poo!
If you could just stick to what I asked you.
Edgy!
Edgy, are you in Miss Old Bag? No. 100 times no.
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn not how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. The studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my questions. Aren't you going to stick up for me, man?
About that, see, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know? And there they were, the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor.
I suppose you had to make preparations to distributing them after the show.
Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids' show, well, that they'd taste probably like for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I I sat there by the room's fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... what is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Samurai dog's forced onto me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the steel samurai and the pink princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Looks like all she's gonna say. Is there more to it? Oh, right. Logic. Let's open this up. Smoke from chimney, use the fireplace, undershirt from next door. Smoke, used fireplace. Sorry, that didn't really look that good. My stupid controller was messing up again. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is, smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry, this is a contradiction of the facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There's testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it is mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So what you are proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Old Bag's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share the same chimney. Is that what you are implying? Yes, exactly. Precisely. Undershirt shared chimneys. There, works that time. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ugh! Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug! If you know the owner of the undershirts, then hurry up and return it to her already! You have it all wrong. This is evidence. The owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. Oh hey, it just walked me over there. I didn't have to do it myself. There is an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it. What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a special secret passageway through this room's fireplace. We now
know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You're going to suddenly name this old lady as Damascus' killer now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she couldn't have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damascu's murder. Yay, investigation complete! We did it! It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well then, if you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good, I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. But my lie! I know that there's still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself. And throw everything into mass confusion. Yeah, you made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. The man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know? Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some stupid, insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Edgy! Although allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on that. Alright, this time, I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you to not lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. What exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy, man! I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to. For I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Rebuttal time! Let's get Larry. Okay. Press everything. You left the pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah, so the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Alba said to just leave it. Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy. Come to think of it, I recall seeing the Pink Princess on my way into the embassy. And what was she doing? Nothing in particular, because she was being carried by some docs on a stretcher. She must have been incapacitated by the pain of the bad hit she suffered during the show. So I came into the embassy, right? And then this happened. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabas, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there, are you disrespecting another country and their very own embassy? As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame as this second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. What is with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing, and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on. We're it already. You don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy! Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know! I get it! I'm totally the bad guy again! Hold it. For you're his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Lang Zi says, true friends are bosom friends. If you are in trouble, call on your bosom friend whose shoulder you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy, I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony. Has it crossed your pea-side brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to arrest you, Larry? Now then, you were wandering around inside the embassy, and then what happened? Then, well, stuff happened. I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed, especially since they're a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is the really romantic type. A romantic chimney. It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. I just had a good feeling about that chimney. You suddenly wanted to play Santa. Oh, well, actually I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down at Gourd Lake, remember? Ugh. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Heh, sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk of being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know? Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal? Why, yes it is. Objection! Actually, I believe in the case of this man playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean, man. Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know? In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. It was delivering a present to a child, a not basking in the glow of love. That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard. But a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that, man? In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present unto was most certainly this woman. Where is she? There's the old bag. Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me. Totally didn't want to see Miss Old Bag so much that I tried to go down a chimney. No! I advise you to stop right there. In your bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you fought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this. I need the stand-in request. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was ill again. It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. But that's not true, Edgy! She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it! I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man, and a foolish fool at that. You haven't matured at all since we last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way, yes. Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room, that much we know for sure. Hold it! Hey, Edgy! Looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Langzy says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. All right, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits. Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? And you can't beat me in a battle of wits, you idiot. Round 2 with Larry. So you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney. But the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation? On purpose. Oh, why indeed, Larry? Why indeed? Because you're an idiot. Hey, someone say something! Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this not as a confession, but as testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim, claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that?
So it was you! You're my stalker! But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's going to stay with Edgy Poo as long as I can because he's my one true love. Oh, Edgy Poo!
I'm so inspired.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man and a foolish fool.
I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there is nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course you've still got something to prove.
You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right? You mean evidence is everything in court. Larry, but I understand your point.
Yeah, see, I'm totally a pro at this now.
Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. Larry, part 2. Okay, so you think, I just need to use it on statements. Why would I ever put my spell nose? Alright, let's try that one. On this old bed. Got weird writing on it. Handwriting is atrocious. Yep, that one was pretty easy. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Isn't that just romantic?
But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, my Mr. Loving Knight?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of the letter is it that the person Larry had attempted to meet Miss Mindy? What part shows that? The name up here. It's very, very awful writing. Larry, I suggest you take a penmanship lesson. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English!
You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop poking fun at me! So embarrassing!
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But that'll all have to wait until we're off at this crime scene.
Dang, Edgy, save me from the scary man!
Sure. If you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me.
Come again?
It's a fake.
Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To get me up. To set me up. Accept your defeat graciously. But you guys are gonna be so mean to me. Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features in their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent that letter. I'll never write another thing in my life. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. I accidentally hit the badge I meant to move over. I so hit the wrong button on my controller. There we go. Autograph. Take this, Larry. This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. Hit the nail right on the head, Edgy. So he finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, all right. Wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind jumps from the door to the chimney? What a criminal! The overactive imagination! Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment. Really, really sorry. Larry, you may be a shameful good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because, at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Edgy! You're... We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. You take that as punishment! Oh! In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butt sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Oh, hey, what? Edgy, what does the wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene, as long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Edgy, that guy! He looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me! I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler. I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Not even close, Lang. Not even close. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose. Time to go up against Lang, the Wolfman himself. Why, Larry. I was the one who found the body of the victim demasked too. Beside him was a samurai sword glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. But come on. I can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Oh, wait, that's like... But come on, I can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanates from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Alright, let's deal with the wolf. Time for the rebuttal. Press everything on Wolfman. So you were the first to discover the body this time. This time? What's that supposed to mean? You'd better watch what you say. And I said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Babel. And your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her of murder for that. So are you going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discoveries of bodies. But in the Babali's case, there was proof that she was holding the weapon, right? Well, in this one it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean, the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belonged to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Beside him was a samurai sword covered in the victim's blood. Samurai sword? Where are you? That just sounds wrong. Weapon that's used on stage. Thought to be what killed Damask too. It doesn't really have that much blood on it. Just a little bit. Not that much. What's my crime scene notes? To find them first. Where are the crime scene notes? Do I have crime scene notes? I should. Well, there's the notes on Cochin's body, but where's the notes on Damask's body? Dog. Thingy. Do I have any notes on Damask's body? Doesn't look like I do. Oh well, we'll try the sword. Nope. Agent Lang, about this piece of evidence. Lang Z says, confidence is like a soul. And words without confidence are but empty smells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong. Don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence. I just need to think things rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts. Okay, then we'll try pressing that statement. So the sword is covered in the victim's blood. Yeah, the lab results confirm that the blood on the sword matched the victim's. But the sword is as dull as a vanilla envelope. It's just a stage prop after all. The Steel Samurai is all about safety first, so you can't use it like a real sword. The Steel Samurai has spoken. The Pink Princess also appears to have something she'd like to petition to you personally. What the Pink Princess would like to say can wait for the day after eternity. Anyway, my point is that even though the sword is too dull to slice with, it's certainly heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death with. Therefore, it should probably be that statement, but let's keep pressing him. Lang can be tough. About the samurai sword, have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirm that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Alright, but have they confirmed that the outline of his wound is consistent with this weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right there in front of you? So if they were conducting the autopsy right now, shouldn't that body not be here? Well, I suppose so. I guess they must still be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence. It's his true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Now let's continue. Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here. Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here and I left it behind by accident. So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say that this excuse isn't just another lie? But I forget stuff all the time, right, Edgy? Don't I? You tell him. Why don't you tell him yourself? You see, what did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetically weak excuse. Yes, well, I know that it's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth. And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought. You are free to think what you'd like. However, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough. Just because he is the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No, climbing all the way up the chimney is plenty suspicious in my book as well. Regarding that, I have already drawn the truth out, and the truth is one thing I don't bend. It doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. You prosecutors are all the same. And as for me, prosecutors are the one thing I don't trust in. An agent who doesn't trust prosecutors? What are you playing at? I thought you trusted me. Lang, or was that a lie too? Sorry, sis. But there are only two things I trust, my subordinates and evidence of the crime scene. Agent Lang hates prosecutors. But as long as he trusts evidence that has been left at a crime scene, then there is something I can show him that he'd believe in. It's simply not possible that the samurai sword is the real murder weapon. So I should focus on proving that point to Agent Lang first. Okay, now I think I know what to do. Suspect he beat him to death with that thing. Here. Do I have the spear? Should have the spear somewhere. Samurai spear. Hit it against a wall and bent it. Yeah, there we go. Took a couple tries, but we got it. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? Teh. It's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is in a slightly different category, Francisca. So what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. As you can clearly see, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there is not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Oh, yeah. The sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him. Samurai Spear data updated. Ouch! That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy, per se. So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
What a foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of prosecutors to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in the world than a perfect victory.
That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damas too without bending it. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course. What I need is evidence even Agent Lang can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. Round 2 against Agent Lang. Why Larry Part 2? It's possible to use a samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? How long do you intend to cling onto that preposterous fury? As long as I want. Because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword. You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact? If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. Alright, time to rebut his claim. I think it's where we use the fireplace next. We'll see when we get to that. Alrighty. It's possible. Search the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on the weapon. I can prove to you the possibility that the murder weapon is something else. But I cannot do so on my strength alone.
Hold it! Miles Edgeworth! What are you running straight into a quagmire for? I thought you said that you were busy in pursuit of the perfect truth. And if that's the case, then show me the perfect truth if it exists at all.
Don't worry. Thanks to you, I've already prepared myself to do just that.
There's no need to thank me. I'm simply doing what any good superior would.
Heh, I suppose you are. Very well then, I will show you the possibility of a different murder weapon. Let's press that they search the embassy. The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword. That's right, even with luminol. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon? Why, of course, we object. If you believe that there is no other door of possibility left to open. Then allow me to force one open for you. Tuh. And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself. But my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy. And they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon. Oh, right then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed Damas too. What exactly is it? The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch, is this. Guess it's probably one of the knives then? I thought for sure it had something to do with the, other thing. Is it the statue? It says it was moved during murder. Sure, we'll try the statue. The National Treasure of Alabaster. You mean the Primidex statue? Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? Yeah, it was a statue. You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined. Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there is only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Sifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Sifu, please, let's be rational about this. Langzi says, just go already. Yes, sir. Put them to speed. Sifu. Yeah. I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Primidex statue. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill? Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you've got to be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. But Sifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If you're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It would be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk and more investigating. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run a luminal chemiluminescence test on the statue. A luminal test? Good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here. And there's a little speck at the top. Heh, looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is the real weapon that killed Damask 2 after all. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damask 2, so the charge remains. We are hardly done examining this statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. Tja. You think so? Okay then, knock yourself out. Guess now we get to examine it. Okay. I think there's something to do with the bottom of it, if I remember right. Ugh. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. What a definitive bit of evidence. Like you doing under here. Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze. Ugh. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensics guy, I want results on these fingerprints ASAP, you hear me? Sir, yes sir. Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good, and... Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Babali's embassy? The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Cochin, sir. But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's impossible. Each prima duct statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually the Ball's prima duct statue. Impossible! It can't be! Larry never once set foot in Babali's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an alabastrian knife in Babal. And Damask too was killed on alabastrian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. To be continued. We made it to the end of this part of the case. Yeah! Well, that's all for this part of the case. I'm yours, Kayla Hibatari. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, and next time we'll continue into more of Case 5. I'll see you then.